back. Back again. Demi, Jess is back.
Can I just say one thing?
Can I just say one thing? Podcast. Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
My dad bought me that CD when I was 14 years old. Mm-hmm.
What was the other thing? Oh, American Psycho. Also bought.
Yeah, I think he forgot to look at the ratings.
He just knows you're like advanced beyond your years.
I was a very good kid. Like, truly.
I mean, we will find out later on this episode, folks. Like, Jess has some goods.
I found
she brought the
some
goods.
stuff. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. So, on Friday, we've talked about this already, how we get loopy weird on Fridays. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, Demi's like, what do you think about just going to this beer place? Yes. It's called Sack Yard, and they just have like tons of different beers. And I was like, yes, obviously, I want to do that. Duh.
Yeah, we're going, and we did.
We just got fucking crazy. Do you remember by chance what my wall was plastered with when I was a child?
I do.
What was it?
Oh my God. Oh shit. It wasn't Zac Efron.
No.
Oh, Orlando Bloom. Oh no. Oh my God.
I have in my hands a picture that I developed of that wall of Orlando Bloom.
Yes.
Like J14 mags.
Oh. No. These are not J14s. This is a life-size poster. This is like...
I came in the magazine folded like 6 times over.
Can we talk about this one? Is he looking at you in your bed?
I don't. He might be. He might be. Okay, so I was
SpongeBob.
Yeah, also SpongeBob, obviously. Hello, you know I love SpongeBob. I watched this first ever episode.
Oh.
I was telling Demi that I was obsessed with Orlando Bloom.
I love everything in this picture. The little chair. What's the point? No one knows, but you have to have it.
It's a jewelry box.
Done.
It was given to me, I think, by my mom or something. So I also had a huge cutout of him, a life-size cutout that we got from a video store that we're just giving them because they the movies had already come out. It was him as Legolas, I think. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and I had it in my room. Mm-hmm. I know. I found that going through trying to find notes, and I was like, shut the hell up. I took a picture of this.
I have pictures in my room too. I don't know why.
I have a picture somewhere, a little teeny tiny one. It was kind of like the Instax Polaroids, but they were the little tiny ones, and they would come out. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll have to try to figure out what it was called, but it was basically like an instant Polaroid, but they were tiny. They were like 2 inches by 1 inch or whatever.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of 3 of my Beanie Babies on my pillow.
Kids are so weird. Do you know that meme that was going around? I don't know if they still have it out. I mean, what?
Memes last forever.
Oh my God. Like, am I my mother? I don't know. Where it says, like, when you were younger, did you ever rearrange your room and you, like, brought your parents in and you were like, look at what I've done? And they're like, very nice.
I've created this.
I look at my space. It is clean.
The Sims have taught me something.
It is authentic. Yeah, I know about dimensions.
Yeah. I rearranged my room so many times. Okay, so also in this picture real quick, I have a magic date ball. I think we've talked about that before. It is an 8-ball, but it's only for dating advice.
Sure.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to know what's going on.
Obviously.
With the 12-year-old boys at your school. Yeah. What are they thinking? Do you have a shot?
Don't know.
The answer is unclear.
Also, I was, I think, 13 when this thing happened. This is the TV that I would record Dawson's Creek episodes on with my VHS player. Yep.
Wait, you had cable in your room?
Yeah, because we're in student housing. This is when my dad was going to school. Oh. And so we were able to get student housing.
Nice.
So we were, like, it was thankfully really inexpensive. You know, he was like a single dad or whatever.
Yeah.
So... yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love all of it.
I know.
So much.
I can't believe it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I have some pictures.
Okay, what pictures do you have? Oh my God.
This is me on the swim team. Peace signing and thick bangs all day.
Oh, major thick bangs. That's actually a really cute look for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aww. I have pictures of my friends too, of course.
Yeah. Please notice the girl I scratched out was so mad at her. No reason.
Do we know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. No. Oh my gosh, Demi, look how little baby.
Shaka, baby. I told you.
Demi does the shaka sign, whatever. It's the thumb and the and the pinky finger, right? Mm-hmm. And she does it all the time. And it started from such a young age.
So
this was 2006.
Yeah, that's my friend Sean. He was just one of my buds, and
I love it.
He would call me Yeah Babe, and he was my yeah dude.
Oh, that's cute.
Cheesy.
Yeah, super cheesy. Do you think he had a crush on you? Yeah. Yeah.
This is the boy that I dated. This is the football player.
Ricky?
No, this is not Ricky. No, that's Chris, and I loved him.
No.
And then he broke up with me.
Ass.
Yeah.
Rude.
Why? Why am I wearing shorts that are skin tight and up
it was
my
the
butt?
look.
It was. And I mean, my legs are nice.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'll wear them.
With it.
Also, cheers.
Oh, yes. Cheers to Friday. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Wish. We are drinking Dreaming Tree. It is a collab with Dave Matthews.
Band? What?
Yeah, Dave Matthews does this one. Yeah. My sister Jen really likes this one.
I think I'm just really trying to linger in this fun moment because we have to go somewhere so fucking dark and terrible. You guys, we're almost done. Like,
we are ready to be done.
We're so over this bullshit. We're over it, and we hate this guy, and we have so many choice words to say.
Yeah.
So I think we should we just kind of summarize what our game plan is here?
Yeah. I mean, I know I'll probably go off.
Girl, are those all your notes?
No, Wait. This is like Wikipedia stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, oh my God.
We're going to be here for 10 hours. This is
pulling
Wikipedia.
An all-nighter.
Yeah.
So I think, there is so much detail that are in these last chapters, and a lot of it is super disturbing and shocking and just bothersome. And so we're going to touch on things that we felt stood out the most, and
we're just going to get through this.
We're just going to power through as much as possible, and then wrap it up and talk about what the book we're doing next month is, and we're going to go back to 2006 where we're meant to be. Exactly. I listened to Evanescence today. Can I just tell you that?
You did? Oh my God.
Going under.
I truly...
Yeah, drowning in you.
That CD was so good. What happened to them?
Don't know. I think they still actually... Yeah. Well, okay, so I went and saw Evanescence. Brag.
This is rude to tell me because I've never seen Evanescence.
I saw Evanescence at the Shoreline Amphitheater. And guess who they were there with?
Who? Nickelback?
Oh my God, I wish. Corn.
Oh my God. I did have a fascination with corn too.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, whatever. Okay. Let's. Oh, okay. So I was also re-listening to our last episode. Mm-hmm. And you say, it was before the confession tapes came out.
Okay.
And you said, I cannot wait for it to come out. I'm so excited to watch it.
I regret that statement.
Do you want to take it back now?
Can I take it back?
Because I've seen shit. And I've been places. I have more gray hair.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm depressed.
So stressed. I had to keep going back to Downton Abbey.
I mean, you need an excuse to go back to Downton.
But truly, because I was so over it. I was like, I'm so burnt out.
I know.
On Ted Bundy.
I cannot. I'm so fascinated by him, and
yeah, of course.
I'm enjoying the show only because I feel like it's history,
right?
You know, you have to watch it.
Detectives and criminologists have. Sounds horrible, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but benefited off of learning from him. You know what I mean? To try to catch other people that are like him. That is one of the only good. That is the only good thing that has come out of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, it had to come out of it in such a bad way, but you know it did. So
yeah. So you take it away,
Jesus,
Miss.
I don't know what to take it away with.
Wiki notes.
That
should we also just briefly talk about Netflix again real quick and
Oh God, are you talking about the
tweets
and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we should absolutely. Which is people have been thirsting over Ted Bundy, thinking that he's so hot and like, I can't even say it.
A girl posted a tweet and she literally said, Ted Bundy is so hot, I would volunteer to be his 31st victim.
Ted Bundy isn't. Like, yeah, we like talked about him being like, oh yeah, he's a good looking man. It's easier to get away with stuff when you're it also is easier to get away with something when he's white.
Yes.
You know, in the 70s,
he's
he
attractive
benefited from
in
everything.
the sense that like you could tell that like if you saw him on the street and he was talking to you, you wouldn't think like, oh, he's got mental problems.
Exactly.
He's attractive in the way where it's a friendly face. That doesn't, and I think that enough people have said that in the past about he was attractive that they've misconstrued it. Mm-hmm. They've misconstrued it to think like he's super hot and sexy. And gross. That's not the case. And even if it was,
he's a narcissistic asshole.
Even if that was the case, like you don't even know what you're saying. And I don't know, maybe it was like a comedian that thought it would be funny to post something like that. Or like it's really just people trying to get attention on them.
Absolutely.
And it's so disrespectful to the victims and the victims' families and
to anybody who has ever been affected by stuff like this.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on and on. Mm-hmm. We were affected. It's super. I mean, it's stupid. It's ignorant.
You don't even recognize what that means too. Because like what you're saying is that you would choose to have your head bashed in
or neck strangled
or you know, and your
body endlessly raped,
your body raped alive and dead repeatedly, and then dumped in the woods, and having animals rip you apart, and have Ted Bundy come and check on you and still have sex with your dead body. And then have your parents and friends and family know that happened to you. That's literally what you're saying, and you are trash. You're a trash human for saying that.
That's like how we brought it
reevaluate your life.
The women that have been like writing the guy who killed his family in
Colorado,
you know. And I know I've said that before, but it's like that same type of thing. And it's like a lot of these women that went to his court cases to get a glimpse of him. And I don't want to fault all of those women because I think some of them have just been true crime.
Honestly, I was wondering, I was like, whoa, then, because we immediately were like, oh my gosh, I hate them. But yes, we were both saying that.
And that's what I'm saying. I think there is that line where I don't think every woman or like was going there to see, oh, he's so hot, I want to see him. I, pass him notes and all that stuff, which, yes, women did do that.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that all women were like that. I think a fascination, just like we have right now, we are here reading this book because we're fascinated by the topic of serial killers because we don't understand it.
Right.
I think people were also there for that reason. So I can't fault every single woman that was there who was a pretty woman and was just, they thought that she was there for him.
But like to sit directly behind him and like giggle when he would turn around.
That's when it's not okay.
And I'm just like, what? Like go, instead of sitting there, why don't you go sit in the therapist's office because you have problems. Mm-hmm. I need to know about Carol Ann Boone. I need to know more about her. I can't wrap my head around it.
It doesn't talk about anything about her
It doesn't.
history.
She just comes back all of a sudden.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe she's just been in abusive relationships. Maybe she just has something wrong in her head.
Maybe it's like Stockholm Syndrome or something.
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely. Maybe he treated her somewhat decent, and obviously he didn't murder her, of course.
He did that to Liz, too.
Of course.
Or, Meg/Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who also wrote a book, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Phantom Prince or something like that. Yeah. So crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just been on my mind over and over and over. And I want to know, like, what was your intention in writing that and thinking that? You can't be serious. You really can't.
Please don't be serious.
It's gross.
And it's like that whole thing about how we talked about before, that show You on Netflix, and people are like totally wanting Joe, and I'm just and even the actor's like, don't you dare, he's a horrible person.
Literally, I think Penn Badgley's super hot, but in the show I was super disgusted and scared of that person and that mentality. Yeah, and then Penn Badgley was even saying, what is happening? And Netflix is saying that too. Like, stop
thinking this.
It's just
don't romanticize him.
Yes, it's going the opposite way of what this whole true crime boom was meant for. Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, what it was for me, I'm just still, like, I've always been fascinated with serial killers and true crime because I'm blown away that we can have the same DNA and be the same.
People can walk around us and have been killers.
And then kill 30 plus, probably more people.
Definitely
and continue to walk around and do your day-to-day things.
I know.
And so I love learning about, how did you get to that point?
Yeah.
How'd you end up where you did? What was your trigger? What put you in that place, in that mentality? What drove you there?
Exactly.
I've never been, I don't know.
And in like the Netflix show, they were talking about how Ted Bundy, like at the very end, blames it on graphic pornography, and it's so much more than that.
It's
like
so
there
beyond.
had to be for Ted Bundy. I think personally, for him, there had to be just a multitude of things. Like he was probably born that way in some way. He also was left at a home for unwed mothers by himself and didn't get that initial love and nurturing that an infant needs.
Yeah.
You know?
He was probably more susceptible because due to the fact that he probably was born out of incest.
Right.
We don't
know
the science on that necessarily, but I don't imagine that it helps.
Yep.
And
sure
then
doesn't.
all the things after that, like being lied to about who your mother and father are and learning that, and then also being born, what was he born in, like the 40s or something?
Was it 50s?
For whatever time.
Yeah.
It was like a long time ago, so that it was a big deal to be illegitimate.
Yep.
And that truly bothered him. And so,
no matter how much he said it didn't.
Yes, yeah. Clearly it did, to bring it up as much as he did and go out of his way to find out about it. And then so that has to be some form of rejection. And then also
being rejected by Stephanie, whose real name, by the way, is Diane.
I know.
I had no idea she had a different. I had no idea.
I know in the
she
book.
had a pseudonym.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and I was saying that to Demi. I was like, the one thing that for some reason irks me about Anne Rule's book.
There are two things.
Yes. One of them is the fact that she didn't put an asterisk next to names to like symbolize that it was a pseudonym. And that just for some reason, I want to know people because I also want to pay them respect because Stephanie / Diane was also a victim.
For sure.
You know? And I get one part of it being like she probably doesn't want her name out there.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
And that was probably the time that Anne Rule did it. But at least just tell me that it's a pseudonym.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to necessarily know her name, but just tell me that it is.
Well, that's what oh God, what is her
Michelle
name?
McNamara?
Yeah, that's what Michelle did. She never gave the real names.
She just put the asterisk like, hey, this isn't the name.
Not real.
And I do like that. And then what's the other thing?
Your other thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. Okay, the one thing that really, really irked me about the whole end of the book, it's when Ted Bundy is about to be electrocuted. And she says that the people cheering outside, mind you, that he was in Florida. He had killed people, 11 years ago at this time, by that time, killed people in Florida. I mean, he murdered people there. He murdered 2 people. 3, sorry, because the little girl as well.
Yep.
She said that the people that were outside chanting and cheering for his death had no more humanity than Ted did. And I was like,
it's absolute
don't
bullshit.
you ever say that.
And I'm going to say that you're wrong.
100% wrong.
100% wrong.
Absolutely.
Those people have every right to celebrate his death.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all.
Yep.
That's all we need to really say about that.
I was just fuming.
I wonder if we're just taking it out of context. I don't know how we're supposed to be taking it, but that just seems so backwards to me.
Yeah, it's just like, don't write that. People are allowed to feel some hatred towards him and be okay.
He stole so many lives.
I know, and there was like the detectives and stuff that said, "Yeah, I'm not. If I were the one to kill him, I wouldn't be happy about killing him, but I would still do it.
Yeah,
because this is what needs to be done." And again, like Demi and I were talking today, like we're both not necessarily sure where we lie with the death penalty.
Yeah.
and we talked about last week, like we would love for people just to be stuck in solitary confinement for the rest of their lives and never have any human interaction ever.
Yep.
But Ted Bundy was sentenced to death, and I'm not mad about it.
No.
You know?
The only thing I will say, the reason I am kind of mad that he was because I wonder, it's such a, like, I don't know what it's called, like a two-headed coin? No. Oh. It's like, it's hard because I want him to suffer and I want him to just go away, but could we have learned more? Could we have used him more?
I'm sure we could have.
How much are we going to learn? Because he's smart.
Yeah.
He easily could manipulate anybody.
I know.
Which is what we learned in the confession tapes.
Yep.
Oh, God. That is a great documentary, though.
It was.
It
was good.
Really, really,
it was intense,
really good.
But it was so good.
I can't believe that the opening was just like the Chi Omega house. I was just like, okay.
You know what was so scary
blood
to me?
everywhere. Jesus Christ.
I know. Crime scene photos. Didn't expect that.
I thought that I could handle crime scene photos, and it turns out that I can't.
I can't either, I guess.
No.
I thought it was also... fuck me. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I can't think. I have so many notes going on, you guys. I don't even know. 3. I have my phone, my book, actual printouts of notes,
and 3 different pocket or different areas of notes
in my
on your phone.
Yeah. Okay. I needed to. Yeah. You know, I don't know, hone this in, but the actual opening credits of the Netflix special was so scary.
Oh, I know.
With the music and the pictures and.
Everything.
After that I skipped the intro after the first one. I skipped the intro every time. I was like, I can't.
I know.
The music for that show was, I think, better music than the one for Zac Efron, of course, because
ew, I was so bummed, you guys.
I know. I really hope they're not romanticizing it. I don't feel like Zac Efron would sign on to something where it's romanticizing. I think it's more about like how he was able to con people in a sense. You know what I mean? Like being a privileged white man. You know, obviously he wasn't like well off necessarily, but I read this article today on Refinery 29 about.
I love that website, by the way.
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
I just love it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact, and they had this whole article about like, he wasn't as smart and as intelligent as everybody thinks. He was just white in the 70s. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's so true, you know?
100%.
If somebody else were to have done this, if a person of color were to have done this in the 70s, they would have been...
that doesn't
nothing
go unnoticed.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine that like a black person at Lake Sammamish in the 1970s and talking to a white woman? Everybody would clock that.
Yep, absolutely.
It would never... No.
I know.
But...
So...
Dude, oh my God. What do you think he freaking meant when they told him... we have you, what'd they say? Like, we have you for 31 murders or something. And they said, add a digit to that. What does he mean?
I don't know if he had time necessarily to do, like, digit, like, 300 something. I do think that it's definitely in the hundreds, though.
I do, too.
Like, it's easily in the hundreds. Like, we were talking about today, we met for a cookie. We got a cookie, and it was great. And I needed it because I was so depressed reading and recapping all this stuff, how he confesses on the Netflix special that he went to Idaho just to kill somebody. That was literally the only reason
to cross state lines.
He crossed the state line, and he was only gone for 4 hours. It took him 4 hours. So the only thing is they can't actually tie it to him 100% because then no body was ever found. So, yes, he went there on the same day that somebody went missing, and he has confessed to it, but they can't even tie it to him 100% unless they were to find his body.
Why do killers lie about other killings? But
I think to just confuse you.
Crazy.
Yeah,
like
and
there is no rhyme or reason. It just is.
And the people that were profiling serial killers in the 70s and 80s and into the 80s, Ted Bundy had even told them, because he like helped them or whatever, saying like serial killers will leave different things at different crime scenes to get you off your track. They don't want you to think that, they don't want you to find them, so they're going to leave something that they don't normally use just to think that they use it. So they probably say different killings or all this and all that just to be like more elusive, I guess.
Do you think that Ted Bundy is going to be on Mindhunter next season? Have we talked?
Maybe.
We did, didn't we talk about this?
Know. Sure. I'm sure.
freaking love Mindhunter,
I know,
and I
good.
cannot wait.
I need to see
I watched it again.
that actor who plays Edmund Kemper again,
hell
because he's truly the best.
Yes, he was
We
magic.
have talked about this because we talked about him.
Magic on the screen. Okay, let's talk about the trial a little bit.
Yeah. Well, one, we've already kind of said this already. He's a narcissistic sociopath.
He's like, if you need a visual representation of what narcissism means, watch episode 3 of the confession tapes. Mm-hmm. It is Ted Bundy.
And, like, the thing that kind of grosses me out is that people keep laughing with him. He was in contempt of court, and everybody was kind of laughing, like, oh, haha, just Ted.
I know.
Like,
No,
no,
when
he was a piece of shit.
So, when I was watching it today...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so I can't remember who the guy was, but somebody was serving him an indictment, like, serving him papers out of the or out of the elevator.
It was the sheriff.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was very theatrical to begin with, like all the newscasters and guy wearing the suit and whatever. And Ted Bundy is literally marching around and like smiling at the cameras, like, "Can you believe this? Like, oh, well, I might as well just
say something now?
Can I just plead not guilty right now? Ha ha ha!
Do I get a chance? Do I get my chance?
Yeah, he's like, you've been talking about me to the press for months, and I haven't gotten to say a word, and I get nothing, and I don't want to eat grilled cheese anymore, and this and that, and I'm just like, you fucking murdered women. Why should you be able to breathe air? The fact that he doesn't comprehend it. He says, oh my God.
Keep going.
Go crazy. When he is questioning the police officer, let's just
Demi,
we're here. We're here.
Go
when
through with
he
it.
is his own lawyer, okay, let me start from the top. So, Bundy is presented from his lawyers a plea deal. Bundy says, absolutely, let's do it. They go to court. I think it was like a few weeks later, maybe. And he throws his entire counsel under the bus and says he's been given terrible advice. How could he trust his team? Look at what they're telling him to do to confess to murders that he did not do. He becomes his own lawyer.
Yep, he's like, I'm pleading not guilty.
I'm pleading
after he
not
said he was
guilty.
going to.
So then he's his own fucking lawyer, like every psychopath narcissist does when presented the chance.
Right.
So then they get one of the police officers that was on the scene at the Chi Omega house. Bundy's questioning him. He tells him what he saw as soon as when he was walking through the Chi Omega house, and makes him go in excruciating detail about every single tiny aspect of the crime scene. And when I was watching that, I was watching Ted Bundy, and I was like looking at his fingers. If I just saw a flinch in his fingers, I would know that he was fucking excited to hear this shit. He didn't move, but I was like, he knows that everybody's watching him. He knows that if he flinches, everybody will have a vibe.
Yep.
And he just stared dead at this police officer and
kept asking the questions.
And asked, why did you have to move her body? What was on the floor? What was the blood like?
Where were her arms positioned? All these things. It was
so disturbing.
Yeah.
And then the female prosecutor, who I cannot remember her name, says one could interpret that as Ted Bundy reliving his experience if he were the killer. And I'm like, bitch, he's dead.
Yeah.
You can say that he's the fucking killer because he is.
And also he's been convicted
and
now.
How are there defense attorneys? How could you do it?
But there has to be.
I don't care.
Because like we said today, they're innocent until proven guilty.
And so that's what made me so mad, is that in that time, when we're rewatching these tapes during real time in the courtroom, when Ted Bundy's his own stupid lawyer, he is still technically innocent, not guilty. Yep. He's innocent, and they're trying to prove him guilty. And all of these theatrics about him being his own lawyer, firing all his own, like his last lawyers, and demanding all this special treatment in his cell because the light's not good enough, and he's tired of the food, and he's losing weight. Baby. It's just a distraction.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
And none of it focuses on the actual case, and I feel so terrible for these victims' parents.
I know.
And their brothers and their sisters and their friends, and that's not what this is. And he's such a deranged lunatic that he doesn't care.
No.
There's not even an ounce of empathy or remorse or...
No. No, absolutely not. Yeah. And a literal piece of shit. Worse than that. What is worse than that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. And then when he fucking marries Caroline Boone in the different case,
my God.
So he gets convicted of everything.
I think he gave her a lobotomy. There is no way that she is a functioning adult.
I have no idea.
Oh my God.
I do wonder about her to this day.
Me too. What's up, Carol?
Yeah, and her daughter and her son. You know, yeah, because her son was with Ted towards the end because he was also like a minister and stuff like that. So it's just. And like in the Netflix series, they were saying that, or was it Netflix, or was it actually? No, it wasn't. It was the actual book where we were reading. He spent the last 4 hours before his execution praying, and I'm like,
Ted Bundy did.
Mm-hmm. And he was telling one of the guards, and this is where I got it from the Netflix special, that he wanted to just end his. He had a pen in his hand. He's like, I could just end my life right now. I don't want to. I'm not going to go sit down in that chair. And the guy was just like, you know, I see you praying, you have your Bible in your hands, and do you really think that you should risk being your 31st victim? Because I don't know if, you know, God will be okay with that. And he's like, shit, I guess you got me. So it's just like, what the actual fuck?
I think it was, this was also pretty awesome. I think it was the judge. The judge was saying, like, okay, so this is a quote from Larry Simpson. The whole 4 to 5 weeks that we've been in here in this courtroom has been for one reason, and that is because Theodore Robert Bundy took it upon himself to act as the judge, jury, and everybody else involved in this case and took the lives of Lisa Levy and Margaret Bowman. That is what this case has been all about. They can stand before you and ask for mercy. How nice it would have been if Lisa Levy and Margaret Bowman's mothers could have been there the morning of January 15th, 1978, and asked for mercy for them. Mm-hmm. So all these theatrics, all these things that he's going for, like, I'm not getting enough lighting in my cell, and I don't get enough time in the library, and the library is inadequate, and I can't do my research, and I've been eating the same types of grilled cheese for the last month, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, nobody cares. We truly do not care. Do you even comprehend what you're being... You could starve to death,
and I'd be like, that's what you deserve.
But even, like, okay, for a trial, you're being charged with murder. Mm-hmm. There's so much evidence that you did this. Mm-hmm. Why would you think that everybody would be like, oh my God, he's only had grilled cheese? Somebody get him a steak. Yeah. Like, nobody thinks like that.
Exactly. I know. That's so true. There's a couple things I wanted to touch on real quick.
Let us.
How in 1974, only 3 days after Stephanie left, because they like met and that's when he stopped talking to her.
They were engaged.
Yeah, engaged.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Fake engaged.
And then he like stopped talking to her after she like went away. That's when his like first like notable attack was made, because I think he might have attacked somebody in 1961 when he was 14, a little girl that lived in Tacoma, Washington, but it hasn't been proven. But that was like his first one against Karen Sparks, who was bludgeoned. And Anne was saying that it wasn't his victim's pain that she doesn't think that tortured him. It was his actual own. I'm like, yeah, no duh. Like he's like going after all these people because he's psychotic.
He's psycho.
He's psychotic.
Yeah.
I really do think that it was a lot of pent up anger against his mother.
Yes.
And then he thinks Stephanie totally
betrayed
jilted him
or something.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, because she didn't want to be with you as a teenager.
Anything.
Yeah.
It's so
college.
crazy how you and I and pretty much everybody else that we know, if we got dumped, we'd be like, dang it, like what a bummer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I guess
like,
I'm moving on.
I'm gonna murder everyone with a beard. Like,
no. No, not even a little bit.
No one's brain works like that except for crazy people.
Yep. I do think, too, in the epilogue, it was the judge that says that Ted Bundy was extremely wicked Shockingly Evil and Vile, and that's the name of the movie.
Oh shit, I did not see that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, that's interesting and clever. I mean,
it
for
is
the movie's
clever.
sake.
Yeah. Movie trailer. The trailer. I'm not sold.
You're right.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, and like we were saying when we were talking personally, you made a really good point how they just kind of had this like rock and roll music, like he was a rock and roll star. And I'm like, no. He's a serial killer who did heinous things that me and you who have always wanted to talk about serial killers and crime are having a hard time getting through.
I'm having the most difficult time. Like I'm not enjoying this month.
Yeah, exactly.
Of our podcast. Like I enjoy our time together.
Right, of course.
I don't look forward to talking about this though because it's so gnarly. It is just it's incomprehensible. Ugh. It truly is. Like so this happened sorry. This happened in the confession tapes when he's being served that indictment. Is that what am I saying the right thing? Okay. When asked if he would get a new lawyer, he says, "I'm going to stick with the best man, and that's me."
Fucker.
Oh my God, you're so crazy. If I was a journalist, I would laugh at him so hard. I would just be crying laughing because I'm like, there is no way that you think this about yourself, but he does. So then, okay, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, keep going.
I'm just really bouncing all over the place. There is no flow. That's what the trial does. Like we could just, whatever. So the prosecutor that worked on his team, or no, not prosecutor. I'm sorry, defense attorney on his team. The lady who I cannot remember her name. She is being interviewed in the confession tapes, and she said that Bundy was incompetent to stand trial.
No, he wasn't.
And because this is what she said. Like she said he was erratic, impulsive, strange, and I said that's not incompetent. Incompetent though. Incompetent though. He's an extreme narcissist.
Exactly.
He may be manic.
Yeah. Totally.
But that doesn't mean that you're incompetent to stand trial.
He was probably obviously manic because he had such highs and lows because he would go off on every. Remember he fired one of his attorneys right on the spot and made him get up and go out of the room. Yeah. And then when he was held in contempt of court, it's just like.
And it's just like, but he's smart enough and has enough experience in.
And legal experience. He was going to law school.
Legal experience. To know what's going on. Yeah. I just think it was so ridiculous that they tried to say that he was incompetent to stand trial because no, he's not. And every single time that is the very first thing they always try and do. They always try and make them seem like they're incompetent to stand trial and that they should go to it like a psychiatric hospital and no. And no.
Even Anne Rule was saying, like, well, I was hoping that he would go to a psychiatric hospital, like, a little bit early on Anne, before he was convicted.
Grow up, Anne.
And I think that's just her emotions playing on it, though, because it's like, yeah, of course you don't want to see your friend die and blah, 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 blah. But he wasn't a friend because...
He was not a
friend. No, he was using you for as long as he needed.
You were literally, you didn't matter to him.
When you wrote this book and he wrote you a letter saying, I want you to send $2,500 to my wife because of the royalties you're making. And she wasn't even making any money off of it. She was in debt because of her book and was using her royalties to pay off of all of the debt for even going on tour. And he's like, you need to send my wife $2,500 and then doesn't even talk to her. And then it took over the years for him to even go back and forth, and then finally he started being nice to her again. And I'm just like,
I wouldn't even continue
speaking. Why?
I wouldn't. You're dead to me forever. Thank God. What else?
Oh, the one thing too, one of the attorneys were hoping to like get him off of the death row is to reach out to the victim's parents and write on behalf of Ted to get him off of death row. And I wrote, what a fucking joke. How dare you ask victims' parents?
You're going to hell. You're going straight to hell for asking for something so indecent.
The people that want to forgive Ted Bundy for killing their daughters, I mean, that's
your
you.
personal,
That's your
personal journey.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what you need, that's what we were saying.
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time with it, but that's just me.
That's exactly what we were talking about with Dirty John, though. And that's what I said. Like, if you need to forgive to move on and find peace,
that's one thing.
Regardless if you're Christian or whatever religion, if you need to find peace and that's your path to find peace, do it.
But don't you dare ask out of the blue.
I would
shit
on that person.
Yes.
If they came to me, I'd be like, can you wait 1 second? I'm gonna go light you on fire right now.
Yeah.
Get off.
Just stay right here while I grab the lighter.
Get off my property. Yeah. I am going to light you on fire. Mm-hmm. Ew, David. I'm done. You're not. Keep going.
No, I was just going to say that he seemed kind of calm towards the end because they believed that he was on tranquilizers. I think they shrinked him up, which, I mean, whatever.
When he was on death row.
Mm-hmm, when he was about to go into electric chair.
They probably couldn't contain him because he's so crazy. He's like so erratic.
Mm-hmm. One thing from the Netflix special that I thought was interesting, in episode 2, they were talking about how in Washington, when they got the tip about this Ted, Lake Sammamish, whatever, and they're like, he drives a VW bug. There were 42,000 bugs in Washington alone. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's truly so hard, and they're trying to find one guy.
I wonder if they get enough calls about the same Ted with a bug. You know what I mean? Because I think
they looked into him. Even in the book, they were saying that they looked into him. But
Anne Rule turned him in. And Meg turned him in.
And Ted forgave Meg.
Ew, I know. Which is like
I think what the book was saying too about him forgiving Meg is that I think he kind of associated her with his mother.
Yes.
Where it's like she was like fragile and like docile and blah blah blah. And even though she looked a lot like the victims, but I think he for whatever reason, although he wanted to kill her at some points, never did. And also in that same episode 2, the reporters were saying that when you finally got him on the subject about the murders, his blue eyes would turn black.
Oh my God, shark eyes. Shark eyes. That is so scary.
So scary. I mean, I'm totally done with this book. If you want to be done.
I'm done. We do have some closing words.
Before that, though, did you know that Ted Bundy wrote John Hinckley, who shot President Ronald Reagan, and David Berkowitz, the son of Sam Killer? They exchanged letters, but I wanted to know what they said.
I would love to know what those letters entailed.
Me too, but I have no idea. The end of Anne Rule's book was, she wrote like a afterword in 2000. She died in 2015. The investigators who tracked Ted Bundy learned a great deal about the sadistic psychopath killer over the years, and the knowledge may well save prospective victims of the serial killers who came after Bundy. If that is true, it may be the one positive thing about much tragedy and loss. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yep, I concur with that. The last thing we want to do is read off the names of his victims to pay them respect.
Can I also, before, that's what Billy Jensen did when Netflix came out with this special. He posted on his Instagram.
He did. I actually took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, all the pictures of the victims and said, although this documentary is coming out, this is the most important part, and these are the people whose stories are the stories that matter and mean something, not the murderer. Okay.
100%. I'll read Washington, and then if you want to read Karen Sparks, also identified as Joni Lins in Bundy literature, Linda Ann Healy, Donna Gail Manson, Susan Elaine Rancourt, Roberta Kathleen Parks, Brenda Carroll Ball, Georgianne Hawkins, Janice Ann Ott, Denise Marie Nasland,
Nancy Wilcox, Melissa Ann Smith, Lauren Ann Amy, Carol DeRanch, Deborah Jean Kent, Karen Eileen Campbell, Julie Cunningham, Denise Lynn Oliverson, Lynette Dawn Culver, Suzanne Curtis.
In Florida, Margaret Elizabeth Bowman, Lisa Levy, Karen Chandler, Kathy Kleiner, Cheryl Thomas, Kimberly Diane Leach. Not all of these people did die, but they are victims. I also want to mention Diane, aka Stephanie Brooks,
And Liz Klopfer.
Yeah, Liz Klopfer.
And Carol Ann Boone's daughter.
Truly.
And Liz Klopfer's daughter.
And then there's other possible victims, which we're not sure. Anne Marie Burr was the age 8 who vanished in 1961.
She's still passed away.
Yep.
So.
Flight attendants Lisa E. Wick and Lonnie Trumbull. They just never know for sure. Susan Davis, Elizabeth Perry, Rita Curran, Joyce Lee Page, Rita Lorraine, Catherine Mary Devine, Sandra Jean Weaver, Carol Venezuela.
Just so you guys know, we're on page 3 of names.
Yep. Marie Suzanne Susie Cooley, Shelley K. Robertson, Nancy Perry Baird, Debbie Smith. So.
And those are all people, and they all mean something, and they're not just victims.
Yep.
They're people that matter.
Exactly.
And we want to remember them and honor them and show respect to the families. And I just never want to talk about Ted Bundy again.
Yeah, I'm fine. Until the movie comes out with Zac Efron.
We'll
but not even for him.
it,
But
yeah.
I'm not going to get into detail about it. That's for sure. Ted Bundy, you are dead to us like you've been dead since 1989.
Yeah.
And he died on our friend Megan's birthday. On her 4th birthday.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the part in Ted proposed to Carol on the 1-year anniversary of Kimberly Leach?
He did. He proposed to her on Kimberly. That's fucked, dude.
So disgusting.
Fuck him.
So foul.
Some little girl
Dumb.
wanting to go home to get her purse. We're done. Okay, we're done.
Okay.
On to new books, because we are now going to be a part of Reese Witherspoon's book club.
Yay.
Witherspoon. What did I say?
Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. I can talk. Yay. Her book club, Where the Crawdads Sing. It has 5-star reviews like everywhere.
You guys, it's blowing up.
I know. So, which is why we're going to talk about it.
We're
So,
gonna
if you
talk
haven't
about
read it yet,
know about it.
read it with us. If you've read it, tell us your thoughts. Don't give anything away, though, please.
Yeah. Where the Crawdads Sing. Delia? Delia
Owens is what I would say. We are reading to chapter 14, which is page 92.
So stop.
I have a feeling that it's going to be hard to stop on this one, though.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Audible has 30,000 reviews, and it's a 5-star rated book.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm actually going to read it, though, and not listen, because obviously my eyes are better, and it's not a massive
Yeah.
book,
I got it on Audible this time because...
oh, you did go get it on Audible.
Well, I had a free credit.
I love it.
So I was like, give it to me.
I know. Well, if it turns out to be good, I might read and listen at the same time just because I love voice acting. It's so good. So now let's go into something else a little bit more fun and friendly.
Let's go back to 2014, you guys.
Yeah, let's
Are you feeling the vibes? Are you hearing Fall Out Boy in the distance? Because I sure am.
Sure am. It would be, did you ever listen to Flyleaf?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
But I automatically thought of Paramore when you said that. Is it
it's
similar?
Very similar.
Okay, then probably, yeah.
It was so good. Hold on
when you were 14?
You don't understand. 15-year-old Jess, is that you? Oh my god. So we did just take a mini break so I could introduce Demi to Flyleaf. And then she introduced me to this kitty. Never heard of him.
Scary.
What was the name of that song?
Brackish.
Mine was I'm So Sick.
I'm also so scared.
So scared.
I think we would have been friends.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of friends with a lot of people.
I'm sorry. Were you so popular?
Not popular. I was just like friends with people.
No, same.
Yeah. All right. So we have some goodies for you today.
You guys are not ready for the amount of exclamation points in Jess's writing.
You are not.
Because she's here with the notes and the scoop and the hot goss.
So I was 14 years old when I had my first official boyfriend.
Sure.
We lasted a month.
It's a month when you're 14 is like 7 years, dog years.
Right. He was
14.
my first kiss. It was horrible.
Oh, all
So much
tongue?
slobber.
Ew.
And after we kissed, I hugged him and rubbed all the slobber on his shirt. Like, trying to be all coy about it. He definitely knew I did it. He also, like, was a lot more advanced than I was sexually because at that point, because he was also
thinking of a 14-year-old.
Well, he
boy?
wasn't 14. He was
You bad
he was a sophomore but
girl.
had failed. So he was like
Oh,
16.
Jess.
Yeah, I know. So sad. I mean, this sounds horrible. I definitely feel like he kind of preyed on anybody, you know what I mean?
Gross.
Because he did. I mean, he literally has dated everybody I know.
Sure.
Like everybody I knew back then, he has dated them.
Yeah.
Because he was bored and like, okay, on to the next, whatever. I don't care. I was 14.
Yeah,
It sounds like I'm like
these feelings are legitimate.
yeah. So I definitely I never had like oral sex or anything like that with him. Not even.
I mean,
but,
you're 14.
Yeah, but he introduced me like to other not even to like hand jobs or anything. This is getting kind of detailed. He didn't do that, but it was like he would touch my boobs, and I was so scared because I didn't know I wasn't I had no idea should I be doing this? This feels weird, but I feel like everybody I know might be doing it, but nobody really talked about it.
So stupid that it's like, okay, this is what I never got about the everybody's doing it, because everybody in high school was definitely having sex and I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I never felt like, well, everyone else is doing it, so I want to do it. I didn't get that.
Want to do it because everybody else was doing it. I was
but
just
it was happening to
ooh.
you because everybody was doing it.
Exactly. And I had no idea. Because he had definitely already had sex by then with one of the people that's in this letter.
A sophomore?
Yeah, because he was 16 going on 17. So
I am 16 going on 17. Okay.
When will I I made him a birthday cake on his birthday, and he ditched me to hang out with one of the girls in the letter.
This is bullshit. I'm so mad for you.
Logan, I kind of hate writing this note to you because any time I spend thinking about you seems like such a waste of time. But I think you need to understand about how big a jerk you really are.
And can I just say, every single sentence of this 2-page note
It's like a page and a half.
ends in an exclamation mark.
It's also written
Is
in
it
pencil.
exclamation mark or point? What is happening to me?
Same, whatever.
Cool. All of the above.
It's all in pencil.
It's kind of hard to read.
It's kind of hard to read because it's also been since 2004.
Yeah, this is like a classic.
Oh, so by the way, I got this note back. I think we might have mentioned it before. I gave this note to him, and it circulated through the school, our friend group, and somehow got back into my hands.
So terrible.
I know. But I mean, I didn't care because I was like, whatever, I served him. I spilt the tea on him. I'm bringing 2018, 19 realness into 2004.
For sure. Yeah.
What you did to me was wrong, and you know that. The thing that is more wrong is that you enjoyed it, and you know you did. Exclamation mark. You should have broken up with me a long time ago. Mind you, we were only going out a month.
But he should have.
Something is seriously wrong when your boyfriend thinks about his girlfriend's best friend more than he thinks about his girlfriend. That should have been your first clue. Also, you knew she had a boyfriend, but you kissed her anyway. They just
kissed?
Yeah. This was my best friend, though.
That's fucked up.
And he went over. She invited him over to her house.
She's a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Fucked up. What if... Okay, wait. Can we pause for just 1 second?
Course.
Let's imagine that I invite Shiloh over to hang out with me.
I mean, I actually wouldn't care because...
I would do it, but I'd be like, do you want to catch up on Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
but,
it would be
imagine that I
like-
did that and didn't tell you.
It would be
and
him to come over here to fix something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My toilet's leaking. I pooped
Please.
too much.
Yeah, Shiloh, I pooped. Come fix my toilet.
This is not going the way I wanted it to go.
We're only talking about poop, okay? It has to all come back to that.
But can you even believe?
No.
If I found out that you invited Brett over to your house, I'd be like,
why?
We share a podcast. Does that mean nothing to you?
There's nothing sacred.
Fucking barbarians in 2019.
No,
Okay,
that'd be
finish
weird.
the note. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. Okay. So he told me that he went over to her house, like, spur of the moment.
He told you this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
And so did my friend.
to get caught.
He didn't care. He did not give a fuck if
You know what?
yeah.
He had such low self-esteem, and he was trying to find love in all the wrong places.
Probably.
It was your fault.
So when she invited him over, he went over and they like went and jumped on the trampoline and kissed on the trampoline.
Oh my God, it's the most 2014 I've
New
ever
Mexicans
heard.
are very bored, okay?
I had a trampoline.
I know, but like this is little teeny tiny town.
This is so relatable. Like I'm there with you.
So the whole spur of the moment thing with Sammy is fucked up. Oh no, this is a different spur of the moment thing. So Sammy was a girl that he did have sex with that was his ex-girlfriend.
Oh my.
So he cheated on me with two different people.
He tried to say sex is spur of the moment.
Yeah. Oh, because this was his birthday and he ditched me on his birthday because I made him a cake and went and hooked up with his ex-girlfriend. So he hooked up with not just my best friend, also his ex-girlfriend within 1 month. 1 month.
Continue.
It was just an easy way out for you! Exclamation point. If you don't want to go out with me, you should have saved a lot of trouble just breaking up with me before you cheated on me. I don't understand how someone could have the pleasure to hurt someone like you did. Okay, Ted Bundy.
Yes.
No, nothing like Ted Bundy. So sorry, don't mean to associate. But don't get even a bigger ego when I say that you hurt me because I didn't cry because you are not worth crying over.
Yes, queen.
Were you using me to get closer to Crystal or what? That was my best friend. Because she won't even talk to you now. They also dated. Right after us. Was I not good enough? You know what makes this even worse? Even your friends think what you did is fucked up.
Ooh. What friends did you verify this with?
I had a crush on one of his friends, actually. Yeah.
Like, can I come over and so we can go on the
But
trampoline
also
and
nothing
discuss
ever,
this?
Can we go to on the trampoline? Can you tell me how fucked up your friend is?
And make out with me?
Yeah. If you had never cheated on me with Sammy, Crystal, and who knows who else.
I mean, truly, at this point.
I know, truly. I would still want to be friends with you.
Oh!
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't have. That was just me being like the bigger
Yeah.
person. You know another problem about you cheating on me, Logan, is that you didn't just cheat on your girlfriend. You cheated on your friend.
Whoa, serving facts and
keep a straight face.
realness.
Someone who at one time respected you, but now I've lost all respect for you. Skylar was right. This relationship crashed and burned. You disgust me so bad, I can't even stand to look at you. And what you said yesterday, maybe we can try again sometime.
Oh my God, no, he
Yeah, he
didn't.
That is fucked up.
I mean, you're right.
A person like you doesn't deserve a second chance. I can do better.
Yes, and you did.
Yep.
Girl.
Thank you.
Yes, very
Yep,
real.
so that was that. But also, now we have Dimitropoulos. Love always. Now for my favorite part, Demi's diary.
This is from January 7th, 2004. Dear Diary. So I must be coming back from winter break. Okay. Dear Diary, I got so many hugs today from Ricky, Larry, Patrick, and other peeps. I'll get hugs from Bitchy, Oops, Richie, haha, and Nick tomorrow. I realized that I don't need to win something in order to, these are all number twos, to feel special. I am special. And then I put in parentheses, yeah, in God's eyes, LOL.
Okay.
Yep. Just when I get over Richie, I think he starts liking me. Like, today at break, I said something and, like, wasn't even talking to him, and he butts into the conversation and goes, what? And pushes me just jokingly, and he smiles and blah. And at lunch...
and blah.
And at lunch, it was at the end, and I was telling mostly Anya about Sean and the sex bet with me. Don't know what that was.
What is that?
I don't even know who Sean is.
Not
my ex. I didn't meet him until after high school. Sex bet and stuff. And him and Nick overhear this, and they start laughing, and the bell rings, and that...
Oh, no.
And that ugly kid, Sean... that ugly kid Josh had gum and I wanted some. And at the time I didn't know his name. And Nick and Richie got a piece and I wanted one. So I was like, hey, can I have one? And I whispered to Richie, what's his name? And I couldn't understand what he was whispering back. And he was like, and I was like, John, and he's all Josh. So I didn't get any gum. And so we're leaving and I'm walking by myself and Richie says, this gum.
Demi just turned bright red. Did I? Yes, you did. I need to know. You have to tell me this second.
Sweating. And Richie says, this gum fills up my whole mouth. And I shot back.
Oh, no.
With yeah, like a lot of other things I could name. And he started walking, and I started walking off. And he runs up to catch up with me. It's like WTF. And after school, I was out, and I was at my locker. And he walks by and gets really close to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid. TTYL, love always, Demetra. Dear Diary, even if Richie does like me, which I don't care, it would matter. It wouldn't matter. Oh, you know why? 'Cause I have a boyfriend. Yes, Chris is my boyfriend, and I love him. And yeah, he's the best thing ever. Love always, Demetra.
Love always. Oh my God. That is so fucking funny. Your face, no joke, turned red. I'm really bad at it. I'm really mad I didn't take a picture of it.
So embarrassing.
It's so funny. What goes through our heads? I have no idea. I have one more that we're going to talk about, only because I'm going to have Demi read my friend's side, and I'll read mine, only because there is one part that I have to have Demi read, because it is perfection. Oh. I don't know what this is even about. I have no idea. I didn't read through it first.
Okay. So Alex's brother had the test and he copied it and he brought it back here for the test? How did you find out?
Farrah's brother, I think. I had the test and Alex found out about it and copied it. I found out because Alex told me and I copied the first 7 questions of the test.
Well, you cheated?
Oh, yeah. All the time. Oh, yeah. Alex was able to copy the whole test and he did it at home and copied the answers he brought on the Scantron. Ooh. So mind you, I got like straight A's too.
Or did someone else get straight A's and you
definitely got, because by this time I stopped after this year.
Did Ferris give him the test or how did he get it? He doesn't really know them that well, does he?
I don't know if he knows him that well, but some of Alex's friends were sitting with Farrah's, so he let Alex copy the questions. Evil, I know.
Scandalous.
So scandalous.
Ferris copied too. He's so genius. Anyways, he didn't need to copy it. Guess what? I got my braces off at the latest in 4 months.
I get my braces off.
I get my braces off at the latest in 4 months. Yay!
This is when it gets like totally random. This is so awesome. Yay! This pillow smells like smoke from cigarettes and it's making me sick. Interesting, eh? This is what I can't wait for.
Whose pillow is it? Are you a bad girl, Jessica?
Oh, you go, bad girl.
Are you a bad girl, Jessica? J/K.
J/K.
Jess Kissler.
No, silly. My friend made it for me, but her mom smokes, so that's why. Me? Bad? That's crazy.
I know. I was just kidding. That's cool. She made it. It's a pillow/blanket, right?
I still have it. Actually,
what?
So it was a pillow.
Does it still smell like cigarettes?
Actually, it probably does. Her house was like disgusting, and so yeah, she was really nice though. She made this blanket for me that folds up, and you can like use it as a pillow. And I was like, heck yes, it's so nifty. I said nifty all the time. I also said cool cat a lot. Do you see that they are ducks holding rubber ducks? It's so cool.
I mean, that is so cool.
Yeah,
I want to go to high school.
I'm done. Okay. We're back to Demi's book.
I had a lot of flashbacks just now.
Did you?
Because this is me breaking up with my boyfriend on June 26th.
Chris?
Yes. June 26th, 2004. Dear Diary, Jesus.
Take the wheel.
I broke up with Chris today. It was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do. Okay, I wrote him an email that said ... Chris, I have to talk to you today, but first oh my God, I just want you to know I love you and I don't mean to hurt you. Love always and forever, Demi. He wrote back, okay, well, it sounds like you're breaking up with me, so I guess I'll talk to you tonight. I wrote him back saying, Chris, I love you so much, and I don't mean to hurt you, but you seem so distracted. I mean, you've got your car to work on, and
You're so distracted. You have a car.
and I know that's your top priority. So maybe we should just take a break for a little bit. I love you, and I don't mean to hurt you. Love always, Demi. So he calls and said, you said you wanted to talk to me, and so I had to tell him over the phone. It was awful, and so I was just stuttering and everything. I think I made a mistake. Love always, Demi.
Is this when you switched to Demi and no longer Dimitra?
Yes, but I used to spell it Demmy.
Why?
There's no reason. There's none. I hate school. Oh, yeah, I'm just starting high school.
Yay!
Well,
Well,
are we going to say yay?
Are we excited? All right, friends, you have been here. You have been through us.
You've been through hell and back.
Yeah, you have.
With us.
Because
Thank you.
And thank you, because we're done with Ted Bundy.
Thank the Lord. Yeah.
Where can you find us?
You can find us on snail mail. My address is, just kidding.
JKLOLTTYL. Love always.
Demetra.
Oh, you can find us on Instagram though.
Instagram.
At Can I Just Say One Thing? Also, real quick recap: we did our Despite the Dark run yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, girl.
We had a good turnout, and it was so much fun.
It was.
New people, which is great. And
Yeah.
then some returning as well.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna probably we're doing our next one that I think is Monday, February 11th. I'm gonna reach out to a local brewery to see if they're gonna, be okay with us doing that. Get some beers and, chat with people afterward. Yeah. So it's fun to do. It's fun to like do something community wise. It makes me feel less crappy about the rest of my life.
Yeah.
When I just sat at a desk all day. And,
I know. It's something to look forward to.
Exactly.
Anyway, don't forget to get our book too. The book, where the Crawdads sing.
By Delia Owens. It's part of Reese Witherspoon's book club. I can't say anything about Reese Witherspoon. I can never say my words.
And we're stopping at chapter 14, so hop to it, friends.
Hop to it. Also, rate, subscribe.
Rate, please, subscribe. Email us.
At
slide into those DMs
on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can email us at canijustsayonething.
Number one
is the number one at gmail.com. We will talk to you next week.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Love always.
Demetra. You thought we were gone. We're back, folks. Something happened. So fascinating to me. Jess pulls out a credit card, or what I think is a credit card.
It has like numbers on it and everything.
It's orange. There's numbers. It's like lettering.
Member since
2012
expiration
probably.
Date.
Oh my God, when? Till the world ends?
Wedding day.
Are you Can I have that?
So I got this. I must have been like, I want to say maybe 6th grade.
I thought you were going to say 6.
Yeah, maybe. So it's called an ATM card. You would think that means you use this at an ATM and you get money out. It doesn't. It means abstinence till marriage. If you knew me at all, you would know this is the biggest fucking joke.
Give me that.
So let me read the back real quick.
Oh no.
It's signed. It even has a signature, card member signature.
Did you sign it?
Oh, I signed it. My full name though. So
you bad girl.
No, bad girl.
Bad girl.
The person whose signature appears above agrees to the ATM abstinence till marriage terms. Sex outside of marriage is an indebtedness that can produce negative returns, i.e., STDs, pregnancy, abortion, unwanted memories, and or a broken heart. And
they really did cover all their bases there. Like, those are true, but you could also get them during marriage, but whatever.
Also, yes. And all assets can potentially be lost. Death is in parentheses.
What? You could die?
I don't know. However, the returns of an investment in ATM can yield greater respect for yourself, others, and your future husband or wife. Adherence to the conditions of the ATM card can yield greater rates of return of fidelity, between couples and future mergers and acquisitions. Marriage. Yeah.
Where did you get this? Your school?
There was an abstinence till marriage seminar, I think. Yeah.
Kidding me.
Mm-hmm. 2003. I was 13, so I was in 7th grade.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, you guys. We're getting pics.
Yeah.
They're happening. We just, you guys.
Yeah. It's so funny to me just because.
Oh, no. You will be holding your card, your abstinence card, little lady.
That has been broken since.
Get up on the wall.
2006.
That's all.
3 years later.
Thank you so much for hanging around.
To Demi's TED Talk.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Have a great night.